One of the things that's really important when you are crafting out a social media strategy is not just to think about what you are sharing on social media, but to think about empowering them and mobilizing them to be your brand evangelists. Morning guys! Today is very different from a normal day here in the office because a good portion of my afternoon is going to be spent at the Design and Glow Summit. So I'm speaking specifically on building a community using social media, and I'm super excited. It's a group of photographers who are looking to level up their business in the next couple of months. So it's absolutely my crowd, without a doubt. We've got a couple other things on the agenda. So I have a meeting with our data team in Tel Aviv. We're working to build out some dashboards so I can better track our progress across our goals for the quarter. I have a meeting specifically with our head of product, which would be great. Also looking at creating content for the newsletter, our next RTS newsletter, and planning our social media strategy, continuing to do that from the previous vlog that will be all focused on gift guide, philanthropy month, and the work that goes into all of that. So a lot on the agenda for today, and I'm super excited to get started. You ready? I'm not gonna do the thumbs up. You're waiting for it.
I'm not turning it off.
You're waiting for it.
Yes!
So we're not gonna tell you what's happening here. You'll probably know by the time you watch this. But I would just first of all like to point out how beautiful Juliana looks, okay? Beautiful. And I just want, this is, if everyone wants to look, this is a daily activity in Juliana's life here. Oh, I wonder who is late. Who could possibly be late? Could it be Kent?
Hey.
Maybe?
Do you
yes,
want to talk
possibly.
about late?
Having a migraine and coming in late is not the same thing as showing
Let me
up.
just check my Slack, because
I
goal
wonder
is
what
to
I
make
would
it in by 10. Goal is to make it in by 10.
Look, anyone who deals with a migraine knows that sometimes you just have to rest. Yesterday, we asked our Rising Tide leaders what they wanted to learn about next year through our topics of the month, what they wanted their communities to learn about, to teach about, to talk about. So we posted a thread in the Rising Tide group, and we've had dozens of leaders. Hold on, I will show you this. Look, ready? So this is an ongoing list here of just amazing ideas after amazing ideas. So how to form a mastermind, how to build your team, passive sales, SEO, social media, team growth strategy, which I love. Even the idea of team growth, so how to build a team and how to grow your team as a small business owner, which I think is something a lot of people don't teach on and something we could. Also things like referrals, how to give them, get them, care for them. I love this idea of diversifying income streams. So we're hearing a lot about like passive income, making money online. How do you diversify the revenue coming into your business? A really important topic and something, again, a lot of people aren't talking about and we could teach on, which would be great. Also standard things, organization, blogging, social media. I like follow-up strategies. That's an interesting approach to how to follow up everything from networking to clients, things like that. But the resounding thing that we keep hearing is that our leaders want topics that are unique, are different from the standard go-to topics that are a little meatier. And a lot of leaders too are expressing that they are interested in seeing the continuation of like being held accountable. So whether it's to a goal, having your community held accountable to that goal, or if it's financial goal setting, being more invested and more involved in the trajectory of the businesses that are part of our community. It all starts here. You need to know your audience. You can use the same strategies that I use. You can use the same strategies that work for anyone on the platform who's seeing growth, but you need to ensure that the content within that framework is targeted not towards their audience, but towards your audience. Who are they? And I want you to really dive in. I don't want you to just think about them from the standpoint of, okay, well, they live in this town and they, look like wear these clothing and shop at this store. No. Like dive in and do a full demographic consideration. And you can do it after this prezzo. There's also amazing resources out there for creating this persona, which is what we call it, and actually crafting this ideal person. I recommend giving them a name, actually naming the person, knowing where they shop, what they do, what they're looking for, what they really care about. What are they following online? Who are they following online? What brands do they engage with on social? All of that helps you to formulate a strategy that will enable you to connect with them directly. And it's something we very rarely do. So that's ultimately where we need to start. Thinking about who that ideal customer or client is, and then the follow-up question, which is incredibly important, where are they spending their time? Again, this might mean that your customers are on Instagram, or maybe if you're doing senior portraiture, they're on Snapchat. So rather than trying to move them to Instagram, you should go to Snapchat. You need to market your business where they're spending their time. And then think about their pain points. Do they not know what to wear to a session? Are they struggling to identify ways to decrease their budget for their event? What are the things they're worried about? What are their insecurities? What are they struggling with? And how do you actually provide resources in advance in order to help them along the way and to give them an extraordinary experience? I'm going to share one way that I actually did this in my business as I was working to become more of an educator in this space. So one of the things I see a lot in the Rising Tide Facebook group are questions around what shoes do people wear to photograph weddings? I see this question almost every week. I hear this question asked at everything, conferences, events like this. People want to know, what shoes do I wear when I'm going to be standing on my feet for 8 to 12 hours running around, and I hear it over and over and over again. Now, it's easy for me to just quickly comment in one of these threads and just give them my answer real quick. But here's the problem with that. I am providing value in real time, but I'm not bringing anyone back to my blog, my website. I'm not providing them any more value than the couple of words that I post in the comment. So instead of answering that question 50 times over the course of the next year, consider answering that question one time. And one time very, very well on a resource that you own and you provide. So that's exactly what I did. I wrote a blog post called "You Should Never Wear These Shoes Again to a Wedding." And I talk about an instance in which I wore shoes that were terrible for my feet. It had really bad consequences. And ultimately, I've now identified the top pairs of shoes that I wear to every single wedding. I made it optimized for Pinterest. I included long vertical images that are very, very viral on Pinterest. And I spread the word as best I could. And now every time I see a post in that group, it's funny to me because I will see other people sharing my blog post with other photographers saying, "Oh, Natalie already has a list, here you go, it's already done." Now, no matter who you're targeting and who your target audience is, you can become the thought leader in that arena. You can think about how to create content that identifies a pain point and solves it. What shoes do I wear? Here are the shoes to wear. What flowers are in season? Here is a beautiful graphic of all of the flowers that are in season in Ohio throughout the year that you can get locally from a florist, and 4 quotes from other florists in your local area that can give more value, provide more value on your blog.
Oh, exactly a 90-degree angle.
This looks like
This is really intense midday workout.
That elbow's a little bit closer together.
Gosh, Kent.
what?
You always pick these titles and then require me to come up with a caption that is, it's intense. It's intense. Writing a title for a vlog is like coming up with an email subject line that people are going to open, right? So this one is all about the most embarrassing moment of my career, which rightfully so. It was absolutely the most embarrassing moment of my career.
Therefore, not clickbait.
It's not clickbait, and I do talk about it, and I talk about what it taught me, but then coming up with a caption has been very difficult, so I'm trying. Okay, so a couple things we need to do. 81 degrees.
What's today's date?
October, I don't even know the date. October 24th. Today is October 24th. It is 81 degrees outside.
That's inappropriate.
Not okay.
Like, actually, no. Get out of here.
Not okay. Although October in San Francisco is the prettiest month of the year, so it's not also uncommon here. A couple things we need to go over. So for November, we need to draft out the social media plan, and we're talking specifically about gift guide. And within the gift guide, I need to create media kits for all of the creatives. So one of the things that's really important when you are crafting out a social media strategy is not just to think about what you are sharing on social media, but to think about how you're empowering the people that you work with, whether it's your community, whether it's your customers, whether it's, in this case, gift guide, right? The people who are gonna be in the gift guide, empowering them and mobilizing them to be your brand evangelists. So the mistake most people make is they think about the content that they're going to share. In this case, what is Rising Tide going to share about the gift guide? They don't take time to think about what do our members have to share. Are you creating a media kit? So that whatever we share during Philanthropy Month, this is our heart, this is our mission, and it has to be at the forefront. So thinking through both of these objectives and then intertwining them is kind of what I need to do over the next couple of hours.